Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today I have brought a video on revision for CBSE class 10th science exam. Now in this I have covered some questions which can be asked by the CBSE for the board exam, and here I will also explain the marks distribution, like how you should attempt the question so that you can score properly. And also after that I have listed some important points so that you can just revise them. Now let us start with the question. First one, a student while doing certain reactions observed that heating of substance X with vinegar like smell, means the substance X is having some vinegar like smell, with a substance Y is an industrial solvent, in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid on a water bath, gives a sweet smelling liquid Z. So X is reacting with Y and we get a sweet smelling liquid Z. And this is having the formula C4H8O2. The formula for Z is C4H8O2. When heated with caustic soda, Z gives back sodium salt of Y. So what we are getting back? Sodium salt of Y. When we are heating the product Z with caustic soda, we get back sodium salt of Y. We have to identify X, Y and Z, and we have to give the chemical equations. This type of question can be asked for 5 marks. Now what the marks distribution should be and how you should attempt it, you see. Now from here we can understand that since they have told that X is having some vinegar like smell, so it must be some acid, and Y is an industrial solvent. From here we get the clue that it should be alcohol, and the product which is having a sweet smell should be ester. So as we have already studied that, it is given in the textbook also, ethanoic acid and ethanol, they react to form ester. So X is ethanoic acid, Y is ethanol, and Z is ethyl ethanoate. So this is the equation I have written here. Ethanoic acid is CH3COOH plus ethanol CH3CH2OH gives the ester ethyl ethanoate CH3COOCH2CH3. So if you write these three, you get 3 marks, and when you write this equation to get the ester, you get 1 marks. Next they have told that this Z, what you get Z, it should be heated with caustic soda. So this is the next equation with caustic soda. See, this ester on heating with NaOH gives C2H5OH and sodium salt of the acid they have stated. So what acid we started with? Ethanoic acid. So what will be the sodium salt of that acid? CH3COONA. So here you see we get back CH3COONA. So this equation will help you to score 1 more marks. So here you get 3 marks, plus 1 4, plus 1 5. So this is how the marks are distributed, and this is how answering should be done for the board exam. Next I have explained one 2 marks question. A piece of wire of resistance R is cut into 3 equal parts. These parts are connected in parallel. If the equivalent resistance of this parallel combination is R1, this is the equivalent resistance, what is the value of the ratio R1 is to R? So this is a 2 marks question. Now we know that the resistance will be directly proportional to the length. So when we are cutting it into 3 equal parts, means length becomes L by 3, resistance of each part also becomes 1/3 R by 3. So since it is a parallel connection, they have given connected in parallel. So 1 by R1, and they have told that the equivalent resistance of parallel combination is R1. So what we will get, 1 by R1 is equal to 3 by R, because for each it is R by 3. Since it is parallel, we have to take the reciprocal and add, you know the formula. 3 by R plus 3 by R plus 3 by R. So it becomes 9 by R. So 1 by R1 is equal to 9 by R. So R1 is R by 9. Reciprocal on both, for this and this you take the reciprocal. 1 by R1 is equal to 9 by R. So R1 equal to R by 9. Or If we shift r here, we get r1 by r equal to 1 by 9. So this ratio they have asked. So when you do both the things, this part also, you can score 2 marks. Next, third one, you see, we are advised to take iodized salt in our diet by the doctors. Justify its importance in our body. This can be a 3 marks question. So since it carries 3 marks, we have to first justify how iodized salt is used and what it is, how is it helpful to the body and what is the importance. Now see, for this we can write the answer like this. Iodine is essential for synthesis of thyroxine hormone. Thyroxine regulates carbohydrates, protein and fat metabolism in our body. So this will give 1 mark, here 1 marks. And thyroxine, another use, provides the best balance for growth in the body. So when you write all these 3 points, you can score easily these 3 marks. So I have tried to show you how you can score for 5 marks, 2 marks and 3 marks. Now quickly let us go through some important points. Now see, you have studied the types of reaction. In that, one is a combination reaction. In a combination reaction, what happens is that 2 or more substances combine to form a new single substance. And next is 2 different atoms or groups of atoms are exchanged in case of a double displacement reaction. When 2 different atoms or groups of atoms are exchanged, we will call that reaction as double displacement reaction. Next is the strength of acid or an alkali can be tested by using pH scale. So here the answer will be pH scale. Now you see, sometimes with some molecules like copper sulfate, some water molecules will be attached. So water of crystallization is the fixed number of water molecules chemically attached to each formula unit of a salt. Example is hydrated copper sulfate, CuSO4.5H2O. Metals can form positive ions by losing electrons to non-metals. Metals have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell, we know. They can easily lose those electrons. By losing electrons, they gain a positive charge, so they form positive ions. And non-metals usually take up the electrons. Now the metals can be arranged on the basis of their reactivity. So list of common metals arranged in order of their decreasing reactivity is known as activity series. In order of their decreasing reactivity is known as activity series. Now what is metallurgy? Very important point. The extraction of metals from the ores and then refining them for use is called metallurgy. Both the things, extraction and refining, comes under metallurgy. Now we have studied bonds. In that, covalent bonds. What are the covalent bonds? The covalent bonds are formed by the sharing of electrons. Sharing of electrons between 2 atoms so that both can achieve a completely filled outermost shell. Now see, in this oxygen molecule, this oxygen I have shown the electrons with violet color. This side I have shown with blue color. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are the electrons in outermost shell of each oxygen. Now here you see, in this area, 2 electrons of each atom is being shared. So by doing so, we get oxygen molecule. So here 2 pairs of electrons will be shared by both so that both complete their octet. Next important point, alkaline potassium permanganate or acidified potassium dichromate oxidize alcohols to acids and are known as oxidizing agents. All the best for your examination, students. So these are few important points, and most important, I wanted to discuss how you should attempt the questions so that you can score properly in the board exam. All the best to all of you. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you all.